we're going to get started. If you guys could introduce yourselves and what your role is in the band.
Sure. Zach, you want to start?
I'm Zack, and I beat things. I'm the drummer.
I am Steven, and I play keyboard and synth, which are the same thing, and also the occasional saxophone.
I am Tony, and I'm the vocalist. I'm the showman of the group.
I'm Nick, and I'm the guitarist. I'm Whitey. I play bass and occasionally sing.
So, who came up with your guys' band name?
Ooh. Kind of a collective. I don't know. We were kind of in the we were in the basement of Nick's house, which is where we used to practice and stuff. And we were just trying to brainstorm and stuff. And we kind of came up with the idea, if walls could talk, to spawn off of the idea of, you always say, if walls could talk, what would they say? Or the things that they would say, Mm-hmm. So we kind of take that personally, as in, I don't know. For me, it's hard for me to say things that are important to me, or are just really meaningful, or something that's deep to me. So if walls could talk, here's what they would say. But like if I could talk, here's what I would say through my music. Essentially, is what it means.
You have to be there. I think that's another thing. To consider.
So, what inspired you guys to be in a band, or who inspired you to be in a band?
Ooh, that's interesting. Green Day, for me.
Him is Green Day. I guess me, it was I really liked Blink-182, but mainly I had a lot of friends that were musicians, and I ended up just kind of picking up the drums first, and I really liked it. And then as I got a little bit older, I had a good friend who played guitar, and I really wanted to play guitar. And so I just started playing guitar, and then as that came along, I listened to more music, and the more music I listened to, the more I was inspired to make more music. So like I said, like Blink-182 was a big one. I really liked Paramore and like a lot of pop punk stuff, like All Time Low. Mm-hmm. But then as I've gotten older, I enjoy more bands like Coldplay and like Imagine Dragons and The Killers. Things like that. So it's kind of interesting. It's something I pretty much I started because I liked music, and all the music I did listen to had really cool drum things, and I was like, I can actually kind of do this a little bit, and I just worked at it. But as I get older, I find more reasons why I love music and why I keep making it.
Yeah. When I was young, I was self-taught on piano, so I would come home and stuff I heard on the radio, I would just play it on the piano and learn it on the piano. So I would teach myself these songs, and I would just play by myself on the piano. And when I transferred to Fraser High School in end of 2010, I was just in the band room playing piano and just doing this all by myself. And then I met Nick, who was playing guitar at the time, was just learning guitar. So we kind of collaborated with guitar and piano. And that's really kind of how it started for me as far as getting involved in bands. Is I'd always done music by myself. Wanted to do it with other musicians and have a much bigger audience than I was able to do by myself. So, and it kind of Nick and I started in a couple of small pop punk bands, and then Tony got involved, and then Whitey, and then Zack, and the rest is history.
For me, I guess music's always been a part of my life. My whole family does music somehow. My mom teaches handbells, and she used to do recorder, and so I kind of learned from her what notes were and stuff, and I taught myself how to play a lot of different instruments. And then in high school, I took it a little bit more seriously and realized that it was something that I love to do, and that kind of started with choir too. When I joined choir at Fraser, because I went to Fraser High too. And then that continued through college when I took that as my major. But I guess my biggest influence as far as musical style and stuff is definitely Coldplay.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Zack?
I was not always a drummer. Once upon a time, I was a clarinet player.
Wow.
Boy, what a time it was. So I played clarinet for 9 years, did marching band, and I didn't pick up drums till second semester senior year. So it's been about like 5 years now. And I started because I was playing Guitar Hero on the drums. And I just got really good at that, Expert Plus style. And then And then I got my own kit because my buddy couldn't have his for Christmas. He had to take down his kit to put up his tree, so I got the kit. That's how I got my first beater. And then from there, I just kind of put in like an hour every day and started making progress here and there. And then I met Whitey when I was like 19, and he kind of got me out of my shell jamming. And then down the road, 2 years later, we were jamming together, and we played like improv 4th of July show. And a couple weeks after that, I was playing my first show with them. Whitey had asked me to try out, and Nick came over, and the Fearless jammed. And since then, I have become like, I don't mean to brag, but like 100 times better than I was when I got in the band.
Oh, at least.
But I've also learned that I'm 1,000 times worse than I'll ever be. Because it's infinite. So that's where I'm at in life.
It's okay. I went from being a trumpet player to a cheerleader in like 1 year, so
That's a big gap. I play trumpet.
I was like, I'm not feeling the trumpet. What can I do? Oh, let's go break some bones in cheerleading. So, how long have you all known each other, and how did you guys meet?
Too long.
Well, Steve and I met in high school, about our junior year. I knew Tony a little bit before that, but we started doing music together our senior year of high school. And we didn't do Ifwallscouldtalk Talk until about I would say 2013. And then I met Whitey from Craigslist.
Yeah.
Which was interesting. So this is a fun story. Tony went to college, and we were in an old band, and we decided to go ahead and let's do something else. Like, maybe we can try a different project. Tony's going to school. We're not going to see for like 4 years. So we were talking to people on Craigslist, playing with them, and Whitey was one of them. And then it didn't really work out. Something happened. I forget. But
He was bad.
no, he was great. And so one day, while we were forming the project, he was like, "Hey, dude, you want to join my trio? My buddy and I are gonna play some music, and we like a guitar player." I was like, "Oh,
Actually,
sure."
Zach's cousin, actually.
Yeah, it was actually Zach's cousin, which is funny. Before Zach wasn't around yet. Zach joined in 2015.
The perfect time.
Yeah, perfect time, literally.
Yeah.
So I went over there, and Zach's cousin didn't even show up. So it was just Whitey and I, and then afterwards I was like, "Hey, why don't you think about joining a project that we're starting? It's going to be kind of cool. It's a little bit more, serious, whatever." So he thought about it.
The whole time, though.
I did. It's true. I totally manipulated him. And then he joined, and then down the road, Zack already kind of told you about how he met us. We needed a drummer. I originally played drums, but we had a guitar player that we ended up leaving. So I was like, well, I'm a much better guitar player, so let's look for a drummer. And then Zack just kind of fell into place, and it worked out. We played a backyard show together. We kind of, it was kind of like a feeling each other out type of deal, and he was super dedicated, and that's why we got Zack to join along. And that was August 2015, and then we got like super serious probably in a little bit early in 2016, because that was the year that we released our EP, and that's when we started recording it.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody want to add to that? Like covered all the bases.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That was a very good job.
So this next question I despise with a passion, but if you had to classify yourself as a genre, what genre would you be? I hate this question with a passion. I am so sorry.
The 3-genre combination.
It is. You know it?
Yeah.
Alternative pop rock.
I was gonna say, just based off of you guys, is like, especially your, what was it, the Maroon 5 one. I am so in love with the Maroon 5 one. Like, I have been sharing it. I sent it to my aunt who's in love with Maroon 5. She goes, "Who are these guys and where the hell can I meet them?" I'm like, Michigan and Michigan only, sorry. Because she's in Ohio. I'm like, they're not coming to you. They're Michigan only, Mom.
Well, tell her to come to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you guys currently have a record label, or are you independent as of right now?
We are independent.
So what can you guys tell me about your instruments? I know some bands are like so picky that they will only touch a specific brand. How are you guys with your instruments?
Would you like to start, Whitey?
Fender only for Nick. No,
that actually is true. I have all Fenders, obviously except for my pedal, but it's totally it wasn't planned that way. It just so happened that I like all Fender stuff.
Yeah. No, I really love my Ampeg bass.
Old and worn down.
Yeah, old stuff. I don't care the brand name as long as it plays well. I mean, I just got an older PV bass, and I have a much more expensive like Washburn. You know, it looks nicer. I'm sure you know this one's beat up and stuff. But I only want to play that one. I mean, I'll play other ones, but like, you know, you find.
Yeah, I went to a concert one time. The reason I came up with this question is we were at the concert and this drummer literally was throwing a temper tantrum because he did not have his certain type of sticks, and the other bands were offering to let him use their sticks, and he's like, I can't play if I don't have my sticks, and he was literally throwing a temper tantrum in front of like 4,000 people, and I'm like, oh my, this is just a hot mess.
What about you guys?
For me, I like to use Sennheiser microphones because they're just really durable, and I know when I'm performing, I'm like all over the place. And I just like something that I know if I drop it on accident, that I know it will still be there. And also, I have like in-ear monitors, and I definitely use Shure for that, just because they're Shure good quality.
Yeah.
Mine is pretty flexible. I really use whatever is going to do the job well. I'd say probably the longest that I've used a product for is Yamaha. I've always had Yamaha keyboards as long as I can remember with it. And then everybody in the band knows that I'm a big Apple person. And
Oh, really?
my MacBook Pro is really what makes our entire show possible, with all of our backing tracks and stuff like that.
It's okay. I'm an Apple person too.
Zack has a Pro kit.
I have a Pro kit right now. That doesn't mean I'm all for Pro. I had a TKO, and then I got a Ludwig from my buddy, and then that same night I bought the Pro or something. So the Pro is just what I've been using. It's what's nice. It looks good. And then for cymbals, right now I'm using Zildjian A Customs, which are a higher end brand of Zildjian. And the ones I have, I just love the way they sound, but that might change when I have one.
So, out of the places you guys have performed, where has your favorite venue been so far?
Last Pike Room show. And even though that place is, it's a pretty small room, stage is only yay so high, we sold it out. And when you sell out a venue, especially that size, it was a crazy show. It was so
Yeah.
And all the bands we had were great. The crowd was fantastic. And we're all about crowd interaction.
But yeah, the Pike Room was awesome.
So, what songs do you guys perform the most?
We always try to push the ones that are on our EP the most. We just always play Summertime, Spectre of the Dead, Beautiful You, Sleepless, and Nighttime, always. And then the other one that we always usually add is Ladder to the Moon. But those are pretty much the songs that we do the most. I think some of our favorite songs would be like Spectre of the Dead because it's so theatrical, and we're all about throwing such a crazy show that that's entertaining as well as it is musical.
So, who writes your guys' songs?
Tony always writes, like I said, he's like a songwriting god. Bippity boppity boo.
So, what has your guys' biggest challenge been as a band?
I don't know. I went to school in Indiana for 4 years. That was a bit of a challenge for the whole band. I kind of think of it as like a long distance relationship. So it was crazy, for a couple of years there. But we made it happen, and it worked, and it was great. So yeah, I don't know. It was just kind of hard with communication and like practices. Obviously, we didn't have practices together, but they practiced.
What advice do you guys have for bands that are just starting out, or people who want to be in a band but don't know if it's their thing?
Have fun, but know that's not always going to be fun because it's very difficult. If you're working with a group of people, make sure your communication is crystal clear.
But if you want to get anywhere as a band, it's all about setting realistic goals for yourself and doing this show by X date, and you're going to get X amount of people there. Realistic goals like that is really what helps drive things forward.
But another thing that I find really important is just to be sincere, especially when you're performing in pretty much everything that you do. It's really important.
How can fans gain access to your guys' music?
Yeah, we have we have our own website. It's ifwallscouldtalk.band. All our links to all of our merch and all of our music is there. We're on all the streaming services. So if you have Google Play, Spotify, Apple Music, whatever you have, we're on it. YouTube, we're on it.
iTunes.
We're pretty much anywhere.
Mhm.
We're active on Facebook and Instagram.
What is your guys' worst part about touring?
Finding somewhere to sleep.
Sometimes the food.
The smell.
The smell.
The smell.
Smell's the worst. It can get pretty bad. Well, last time we went to Grand Rapids. We did a tour in Indiana and Grand Rapids,
Mhm.
and we have a roadie. His name's Chris, and
Mhm.
I don't know what happened. Oh, I remember.
He blamed me.
Anyway,
That's what happened.
His feet smelled so bad, and we didn't know why. And the whole time he's blaming Whitey, and he's like acting like he's upset at him. So everyone thinks it's like. And
I wasn't dealing with that.
It
I
was
was like,
terrible,
I know it's not.
and he was so mad. So that was awful. But then on the way back, we realized that it was his feet. So that tour, that was the worst part. But usually it's
Getting home on time and
getting the drive
The
kind
drive.
of sucks because I mean we're not huge. We have to drive ourselves and unload and pack up everything.
Mhm.
But sometimes we don't get home
cramped
till
car.
in a cramped car. And sometimes we don't get
Very
home till like
cramped
4:30 in the morning, and we have to work.
Yeah.
In the morning. That happens, but yeah.
you
That's
got an
pretty accurate.
amplifier digging into your spleen next to you. And
But it's all worth it. I mean, the experiences
Yeah,
that we've made going to different cities and playing with other musicians has been absolutely incredible.
So if you guys just want to go ahead and just talk a little bit about what the May 12th show is and the details that you know so far.
And that will be in the ballroom of the Crowfoot, which is in Pontiac, Michigan. It's the CD release for Lilac Lungs. They're a really great upcoming band who's finally putting out their CD, and it sounds amazing. They've released a few different things so far, and it's just incredible. And we're honored to be playing with that and the whole set and everything.
Yeah, and they'll also be joined with Young Pioneer and A Year in New York, two other really amazing bands.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are some of your guys' pet peeves with your other band
oh
members?
jeez.
Oh no.
Well, I can tell you they're all going to be centered on one individual.
Dude, you see? Dude, I got blamed for the smell too. This is bogus. This is my pet peeve. I get blamed for everything.
This is science.
It's the science.
I'm always wrong.
So
You're always late.
Whitey's he's always late.
I'm always wrong.
Probably his worst absence was when he didn't show up to the sound check at our EP.
I showed up. I was
Yeah,
late.
He showed up late.
2
We
hours
actually
late.
had Terry from Lilac Lungs sound check for us. He has a bass cap that has the head on it that weighs more than any other piece of equipment that we have, and it's this big.
Mhm.
I love my Ampeg. We talked about that earlier. I know.
I'll see Zack's a diva and picky about everything.
Yes, he is.
And Diva very much.
Steve's stuff never works,
Except in film.
I think he figured it out. I think.
and Tony doesn't want to play any of the songs that we have written, and I overmanage everything.
Yeah. And he's like, Mom.
Very blunt.
I even told I even decided for them.
Okay, so if you guys could be any TV show character, who would you be and why?
I'd be Jon Snow, Game of Thrones.
I was going to say that.
Only because he's so cool.
I'd be Timmy Turner, because he has magical godparents, and that's really cool.
Damn.
That's true.
But you have to deal with an annoying girl that's, what was her name?
Vicky.
Zack, I mean Vicky.
Icky Vicky.
Yeah, Vicky.
The one who's always, like, tattling and
Yeah,
being
Wanda?
No, it was Vicky.
Yeah.
The one who
Wanda
does
was-
Yeah,
She
Vicky!
was always but she was always like,
She
probably
was
good
cool.
ideas.
Who saw
Probably
my
good
shiny
ideas.
teeth in me?
That
Oh
and
my
the
gosh,
creepy
this is weird.
janitor.
Chips.
Was it the janitor or was it the principal?
What?
That creepy guy who always tries to catch the,
You're thinking of, he was like a chemistry teacher or something.
Yeah, him.
Yes.
Mr.
Tinkelberg. Anyway, Zach said.
Anyways, moving on. So, if you had to date one of the other band members,
Tony.
who would you date and why?
Tony.
I'd probably date myself, yeah.
Yeah, I'm really. I would date all
So-
for different reasons. Depends on what I need in my life and what I need in my life.
So, if you guys can describe each other, each band, so each person's going to give 4 different answers. Describe each band member with one word only.
Oh no.
Wow.
We're all gonna hate each other.
Zach, you can start.
I don't want to start. I'm not ready.
I'll start.
All right, why do you start?
All right, Nick is structured, very structured. Yes, that's the word I wanted. Tony. I'm in between crazy and creative. Yes. It's
He's
that.
the one.
Steve. Steve's just handsome. Now Zach is the most dedicated drummer I've ever met.
No.
That you were no.
So what?
But
Dedicated?
really,
Yeah, one word.
yeah, dedicated. I mean,
All right.
You ever seen many drummers? Whitey, apparently.
All right.
I know.
Ready? Whitey, wild card.
Thank you.
Tony, creative. Steve, saxy.
Oh, there we
Man,
go.
that's good.
And
Man, mine is a really pessimistic take.
Uh-oh.
Um,
No, I'm sure that's
Whitey is frazzled.
Yes, frazzled.
Tony is a colorful soul.
Whoa.
Zach is a diva. And Nick is an overplanner.
okay.
Okay. Whitey, I'd honestly say creative for you.
What?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I feel
you.
so bad.
Nick, I'd say dedicated. Steve, I'd say impressive. Zach, I would say hard worker. Is that hyphenated? I think I would say.
Boss.
Determined.
Determined.
All right, I take back my main answers. I'm gonna say for all of you guys, I would say family.
Aww.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving. All right, Zach, your turn.
You were in the
All right.
middle.
Tony. God.
God.
Whitey. Jester.
Jesus. No.
Jester.
Jester.
Hey, I've got a good hat. You can see it.
Steve.
Cunning. Ooh, what a word.
Nick. Overly ambitious.
Yes. Oh yeah.
I don't know how to take this.
Okay, so that is all the questions we have for right now. If you guys have any last words, go ahead and say them now.
We're playing May 12th at the Crowfoot Ballroom, opening for Lilac Lungs Secret Release Show, along with You're in New York and Young Pioneer. You can find us at ifwallscouldtalk.band. That's an actual website, ifwallscouldtalk.band. And I think on behalf of everybody, we say thank you to you. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye. Mwah.
Bye.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching this interview with If Walls Could Talk. Please go check them out in the links down below. Don't forget, May 12th at the Crowfoot in Pontiac. They will be performing with Lilac Lungs, Young Pioneer, and A Year in New York. Again, go check out the bands in the links down below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, stay tuned for more amazing content. I will see you guys in the next video. Stay amazing.